Well, Fiji's former Prime Minister, Frank Bainimarama, has been sentenced to 1 year in jail for perverting the course of justice. The ABC's Fiji reporter, Lethe Mavono, was in court and joins us now from Suva. Good morning, Lethe. Can you take us firstly through the background of this? What was the former PM convicted of?
Thank you. It was quite a surreal experience being in court today to see former Fijian Prime Minister Frank Bainimarama, a man who was quite powerful through the better part of the last 2 decades in Fiji, then be led away in cuffs. Mr. Bainimarama is convicted of having stopped an active investigation, a police investigation into finances at the University of the South Pacific. Now, the USP, quite a Pacific iconic institution, is owned by the members of the Pacific Islands Forum, of which Australia is also a part of. He is understood to have directed the police commissioner at the time, a man named Sitiveni Ngiliho, to stop criminal investigations, detectives from doing their work. Ngiliho has been convicted and jailed alongside Mr. Bainimarama.
So you mentioned, Lethe, that it was quite surreal in court today. Can you take us through what exactly happened?
So it has been a long, drawn-out affair. This case started early in 2023. March is when Frank Bainimarama was charged along with Ngiliho. And we have seen this case go through completion in the magistrate's court. The two were initially acquitted. State prosecutors appealed that acquittal, and they were convicted early this year of the 2 charges. And the magistrate had been directed to sentence them and to record the conviction, but she did not. And so state prosecutors appealed that lack of a sentence again. And so today, Acting Chief Justice Sale Sitemo did sentence the 2 men and sent them both to jail. His sentence was based on what he called an error of fact and of law on the part of the magistrate. The 2 men were reminded of the oaths each of them took when they first took office, in Mr. Bainimarama's case as Prime Minister and in Mr. Ngiliho's case as a constitutional officer, and that is as Police Commissioner. Each of them were given higher sentences, which were then, of course, reduced down through mitigating circumstances and through glowing character references to the 1 year in the case of Bainimarama and 2-3 years on the case of Ngiliho.
So, Lethe, what happens next?
Well, almost immediately after Justice Sale Sitemo delivered his ruling, the defense counsels did try to get the court to listen to an application for bail. Devnesh Sharma, defense counsel, asked that Bainimarama's application be heard so he could spend his sentence out here while they appeal this conviction as well as the sentence. But it must be noted right now that there is quite a large series of legal attempts being made on the part of Bainimarama's lawyers to challenge not just the conviction, but also the right to the Director of State Prosecutions to even hear this case, and as well as the right to the right for this Chief Justice to be in office. There is now a constitutional challenge happening in the appellate courts, which will go on over the next few months. However, it was quite a surreal and despondent court case today as his family sat in silence and eventually in sadness as Frank Bainimarama was led away in handcuffs.